Reluctantly, Jacob allowed his sons to return to Egypt with Benjamin, knowing it was the only way to secure more food for the family during the famine. When they arrived in Egypt, Joseph welcomed them and invited them to a meal at his home. The brothers were nervous, fearing they were in trouble for the money that had been returned in their grain sacks during the previous trip. However, Joseph's steward reassured them, saying that God had provided for them, and Simeon was released from prison to join them. During the meal, Joseph continued to observe his brothers, seating them in order of their birth. He gave Benjamin 5 times the portion of food he gave to the other brothers, testing whether they would show jealousy toward their youngest sibling, as they had toward Joseph years earlier. Before sending the brothers back to Canaan with grain, Joseph devised one final test. He ordered his steward to place his silver cup in Benjamin's sack, along with the grain, and then sent his brothers on their way. After they had left, Joseph sent his steward after them, accusing them of stealing the cup. When the cup was found in Benjamin's sack, the brothers were devastated and returned to Joseph's house, pleading for mercy. Judah, speaking on behalf of his brothers, begged Joseph to take him as a slave in Benjamin's place. Judah explained that if Benjamin did not return, their father Jacob would die of grief, as Benjamin was the only remaining son of Rachel. This act of self-sacrifice showed Joseph that his brothers had truly changed. Overcome with emotion, Joseph could no longer hide his identity. He ordered all of his servants to leave the room and then revealed himself to his brothers, saying, "I am Joseph. Is my father still alive?" His brothers were speechless and terrified, realizing they were now at the mercy of the brother they had wronged so many years ago. But instead of seeking revenge, Joseph spoke kindly to them, telling them not to be distressed or angry with themselves for selling him into slavery. "It was not you who sent me here, but God," Joseph said, explaining that God had sent him ahead to save their lives during the famine. Joseph embraced his brothers, weeping with them as they reconciled. Joseph instructed his brothers to return to Canaan and bring their father and all their families to Egypt, where they would be provided for during the remaining years of famine. Pharaoh also welcomed the news, offering the best of Egypt's land for Jacob and his family. The brothers returned to Canaan with the incredible news, and Jacob, overjoyed at hearing that Joseph was alive, prepared to move his entire family to Egypt. Applications. The power of forgiveness. Joseph's response to his brothers teaches that true forgiveness frees not only the forgiver, but also offers healing to those who have wronged us. Forgiveness allows for reconciliation and breaks the cycle of bitterness. God's sovereignty in our lives. Joseph's realization that God had sent him to Egypt for a greater purpose shows that even painful experiences can be used for good in God's divine plan. Trusting in God's sovereignty helps us endure trials with hope. Transformation through repentance. Judah's willingness to sacrifice himself for Benjamin illustrates that genuine repentance can transform character. This is a reminder that people can change and that past mistakes do not define one's future. Testing reveals true character. Joseph's tests were not acts of revenge, but a way to see if his brothers' hearts had changed. Challenges in life can reveal the true nature of our character and growth. God's provision in unexpected ways. The brothers' journey, filled with unexpected turns, shows that God's provision often comes in ways we don't foresee. Trusting that God can work through any situation reassures us that He is always in control.